chéidir casúm Seamus bhí muid ag fleú Cheoil chun dé intrama a go Seandala agus bhí sé héin agus bhfuil James McElhenney far fideoige as den given agus hasar chéile sin ar a traid ag sin in Cheoil bhí dúla an héin bheith gcónaí mui faoin air agus bhí an thuirteogainn buí muid go fleáin i Cheoil léitrum sliga os cuma in fleáin na héireann na chéile sé anescí sin leis agus tógann sin sin chuann sé brí agus foiinniú in sa teisisin agus bhín an chrac gomór a gceist an rulas talachtaí ar fád bhín a crac a héintach áide bí a bheitú ní bhlachan sé an tríal go ró raidíre ar gáide bhí.
I'm quite sure there was no Bodhrans played in the north before 1966-67, you know. And whenever I started playing, there was only one other player in Ulster. Few more learned, you know, within the 6 months, but there was only one from Belfast at that time. He would have been expensive to employ. Whenever I started to make Bodhrans, I'd never seen one. A couple of years later, I found that most of them were made out of sieves and riddles, you know, for riddling corn. They just removed the wire and used the frame.
Ceird bliain ó shin thosaimid an féile seo crackan an scoil saoire idirnáisiúnta don Bodhran an chéad ceann a bhí an riomh sa domhan mar de gnáth ní bhíon mór an fáilte ribh daoine bhíonn sa seint a Bodhran éonáid sa tír. Is taíonn na Bodhran thar cínnam héin agus bhí mé ceapa go méidir gur chóir í freastal orb agus an chaidán den immert an seint a chrucha agus gomach níos mó fáilte sin rompas na sa seisiún timpeall a domhan agus tá sé gol i bhéid agus a bheabhas ó shin le ceithre bliain anuas agus tá an éilevéir ó dhaoine ón ísacht tagan daoine ó go leor áit chuí. Tá duine anseo as an Israel im líne, tá duine as an Austral, tá daoine as America, Canada, an Ghearmáin, an Nidal, Spáin agus an Reich.
I'm Rolf and I live in Hanover in Germany, and I started playing about 11 years ago. I don't know, there was no one there at that time teaching and showing me what to do, so I had to look at, for example, what Johnny McDonough was doing and trying to figure out how that works, and it came on from that. It's a big influence in here. You meet people that you only heard on CDs back home in Germany, and they show you actually what they're doing. So it's a nice influence, definitely highlights of the year for me and other German musicians coming over to Ireland and going to those festivals.
Bhí an táling mníine is go raibh Seamus ó céine an duine is mó duine Bodhran sa domhan tá an cháil go Cheoil mar duine dhéanamh Bodhran agus tháinig sé an seo mníine agus bhí an ásaring é deiscint ní mór an aithne go héin go dtí gur tháinig sé agus fearr úsal é agus thug sé léacht an seo agus doscail sé súla an lochtéisteachta mar bhíne sé na rudaí a bhhainans le duine Bodhran agus ceapá gur rud siimplí é ach tá na blianta caite ag Seamus a duine taide cédaon fumas fearr agus cénsáis ámad úsáid agus cénsáis crackan úsáid agus bhí sé ansimúil agus streigear sé go leor cheistin an sin agus tá stíl áling ag a stíl héin seinte Bodhran. So is duine an táachta go Cheoil is síle Bodhran.
In 1969, I heard a record with the Bodhran in the background, and I just sat on the end immediately and was really blown away by the sound. I made inquiries from another teacher in the school. What was that? What's that instrument? And he had been in Capel Street in Dublin, and he said that's a Bodhran, and they play it down there. He described it to me, and from his description I made it. And I was looking through all the sources of information, Encyclopedia Britannica, what's a Bodhran, you know, and couldn't find Bodhran in it at all. But my first attempt was made, it was like an egg shape, and it went all wrong, but I had my first Bodhran anyway.
Sílim féin nach raibh an Bodhran sa tradiisiún ar chorab ribh na seascaí a chomháin láháin in ag na bliana lála Stefán nar a bhí ag sile an drólín. Dar ní hála súlaháin nó dúirt sé sa Crossroads Conference hartar 8 mbliana ó hin. Nuair a bhí sé ag caint le daoine éasta hart ar 1970 mar sin. Gnúirt na daoine sin go mbeadh tú as do bheabhar dá thógach tú an Bodhran amach éon lá seachas lála Stefán. Bheadh sé go súil seamróg a gcaitheamh I mí meitheamh nó mar rud go súil sin. Ceapan go raibh annach chuid tionchar ag sean riada ar an Bodhran agus an stádas atá ag an mórán sa cheol tradiisiúnta. Thóg sé an Bodhran in áid frimúil stocha. Thóg sé an cheol ar fad go dtí na hala frimúla nar bhí na cheolcilmach ar siúil le ceoltóirí chuúlan. Bhí sin an háchtach mar bhí na daoine sa phobal ag féchant ar an fearr tábhachtach seo ag seint an Bodhran. So Stocha gur chuir sé go mór leis an stádas an Bodhran.
The Bodhran has changed a lot over the years. You would see a lot of the older ones tend to have sort of narrow rims on them. They're crude enough looking instruments, if you call them that. But in the last couple of years, things have changed a lot. In respect of Seamus, he's one of the kind of forefathers of the development of the Bodhran as regards tunable Bodhrans. A lot of the older Bodhrans will go up to a fire. You heat the skin, it goes hard. After 15 minutes, it's like a wet paper bag. So you're doing that back and forth. And as a result, then the properties in the skin, with the expansion and contraction, you have a flappy skin on the Bodhran. Seamus's Bodhrans kind of counteract that because of a little tuning mechanism in the back. Basically, the tunable system is to counteract room temperature, depending on the environment that you're playing in. Seamus's ones do that very well.
thing that really denotes a great player, I think, is that their music is instantly recognisable, and Seamus has that. When you hear that drum, you hear that boom, 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 boom. You know that Seamus again. It's not mistakable at all, and I think that's a great thing in Irish music. If you know somebody to hear, that there's something going on there, that they have something to offer, and Seamus certainly does. His Bodhran playing is not a mere percussive exercise. It has great presence and great depth. It's very musical.
Chud Bodhran Hamish is feidir a lehéid a churing leas leis an cheoil an amní yoit tú beidir fadog nó fidil a tá rud bag níos airgin ó níos ísle na leas curima. Tás a good le boxa a tá sitse an leas curima beidir differil ach tá Seamus abal de sort golasteach agus na scrúni ampur tá bíon an scrúr a gcónaí an sin agus tíon tú an sa teisina géisteach agus sé tá mar gléas le sin agus cai sé ríise agus raithe sé suas nó sí sa brathair an ceoil agus ar nóí a brahan sé ag leis sort mothú spládrach lean glondar a chur in sa cheoil nó beidir dhéanú níos browní nó níos muile ag brathair cén rithime teige sa síntaach an rud sin. Le Seamus is sort dríocht agus ceoil agus alín an héanaton agus malan sé go leor éistúirí agus sin rud atá an táhacht de ceoltarí éistúirí a bhíon.
I started using lambeg drum skins, which are very thin, and that was totally against the rules. Thick skins, what everybody thought was best, and I was using very, very thin skins, just the opposite, and achieving the same results. The lambeg drum makers would give me all kinds of advice, and there was one lambeg drum maker, and he had the tradition of curing skins for over 150 years in his family. So I thought, you know everything about it, and why should I try and learn it, whenever you can sell them to me. And he did. He sold them to me, and that's how I started using lambeg drum skins. They would also show you all the tricks they had for changing the sounds. No other Bodhran maker uses any of these tricks. I've never seen any of them used. But the lambeg drummers, they have got a vast catalogue of tricks that they use. Sometimes I need to use them, and sometimes I don't. When Tommy gets the skins, they come in boxes of 20, and he must wash them clean first of all, so he steeps them for sometimes a week, but you need to be careful because the skins can decompose. Then after that he puts on a solution to get rid of the hair. He puts it on the flesh side and it'll kill all the bacteria and it'll stop any degradation. It also loosens the hair on the other side so that you can pull it off by hand. And then he scrapes the skins clean. He turns the skins over, and on the other side he scrapes the flesh, the fatty stuff from the inside of the skin to make it nice and thin. His purpose isn't thinness, his purpose is to remove the fatty stuff that's useless. It just muddies the sound, and it's clean, sharp sounds that you want, for particular purposes. After that he stretches them on a board and he allows them to dry, and what he's doing actually is changing the skin from a goat shape to a flat shape.
Tá sé Jackar a bheith cánagus a seint. An áiríre bhíon is cin cean den a rudí. Dearnan méid bhfuil sé éasca an stuff seo eile mar an Bodhran. Just ní gádaach ard a thuirt a bheith 5 nóméid ar 10 nóméid for cúpla lá an tá sé a gut. But le cána agus seint, is gádad beagán ní smó ard a thuirt ar nós bíonart iad a aigean a rá leat hain cabhfuil an focail sin, bulan an focail sin ar an downbeat, an 8 beat nóir dagan. Agus bíonart nóta chuir ar an nóta an focail agus an beat. Agus an sin tucha sé a rís beidir 8 nó 6 éig ina dhéag. Agus bíonart nóta a dhéanamh. Sunna nor a bhíon coilte in sin ceol go homlan. Ceapan gur sin an beidir an tré an fé péire do den tú tágum airíonn mai coilte anna éasca, nuair a bhí mé seint tar éis tamlín tá mé ar me hlí áit éigean i conna im ceann, agus just a seint.
Stohi a kainter a Warrens, Kevin Rudder Dirt and Prunchisak and Sabert Coleman O'Houlihan, Ganyana G. Wire Farrer and Buntus Kaint of your Kaint for Rin the Gaelic and Old Skull Hurahan, Nigus Dirche, Doi Aneski is Jack, Ceoil or Gus Gaelic, it's a Rin, a Doi Aneski Mach, as in Rin, or Nero to Goppers, or no, you're still teasing Rudkin or Hucklat Gollagus Bodhran a Canna, or Rinch Ponty is Shoppa, Ux Balachan Way is Jack, a Balachan Way Mach Foster, or Rud a chair a higval is dohi costle glass or bee Cheoil. It's come a cacu boxing a fidgel and a peeb ta obergest agus an dinne dual da na dihe and trefshish in a chahu among the kerja ag folum ag gestchat ag bullen the dini era ag mailo.
Sa Shanam vi druchal ceart I ceoltóirí ag na daoine bhí seán de Bodhran I meas ceoltóirí. Agus bhí fá maith ag na ceoltóirí mar bhí go leor daoine bhí seán de Bodhran nar hiig ceol, nar hiig na rhythm agus nar a bhíon mothú chud céir de seisiún ceartán agus céir a bhí tastal ó ceoltóirí. Ach tá rudaí airí go mór inis, mar tá chaidán seán de Bodhran tá sé imi sús ar fad. Agus tá go leor as na daoine seán de Bodhran is tuigeann siad an ceol, tuigeann siad céir de seisiún an, agus tuigeann siad céin áit atá ach sa seisiún sin. Agus go bunúsach an ról atá ag Bodhran I ná a bheith a cabhrú le seisiún.
I get my daughter to make the tone rings and she also sands them up for me. It's a way for her to earn her own pocket money. My youngest daughter, she makes the tensioners. So they all can earn themselves money without having to ask me. They ask me for the payment.
The artistic partnership behind the band Gorillas discuss their surprising new project in the Culture Show in 50 minutes, and that follows Newsnight next on BBC Two.